Ini-insist kasi ni Atty. Ferrer yung mga mali. Anong ilusot nila mga kababayan dito kay Atty. Kapunan? Veteranong abogado. Napakahaba ng experience mga kababayan sa litigation at siyempre sa batas. 38 years of litigation experience. Itong si Atty. Ferrer, 15 years pa lang. Nagmumukhang amateur. Tinuturuan mga kababayan ni Atty. Kapunan. Kasi yung mga pagtatanong po, misleading. Hello po mga kababayan, si Dante Maravillas. Mangiyak-ngiyak mga kababayan at napikon yung defense team ni Sara Duterte. Lalo na po yung lead counsel nila na si Atty. Sison. Nireklamo si Atty. Ligutan ng prosecution. Napaya kasi sila sa post. Mga kababayan, nagreklamo sa impeachment court kanina si Atty. Sison. In bad taste daw, yung naging post mga kababayan ni Atty. Ligutan. Anong in bad taste? Ang post po ni Atty. Ligutan, truthful. Yun man talagang prinsipyo sa batas. Ayaw lang ninyo mapahiya kasi lumalabas mali-mali yung inyong mga argumento. O diba? Sinupalpal kasi mga kababayan, itong si Atty. Ferrer, yung defense counsel ni Sara, sinupalpal ni Atty. Kapunan, pinangaralan. Sabi nga ni Atty. Kapunan, pinipigil ko lang anya yung sarili ko na baka mapalo ko sa puwit, may spank. Ini-insist kasi ni Atty. Ferrer yung mga mali. Anong ilusot nila mga kababayan dito kay Atty. Kapunan? Veteranong abogado. Napakahaba ng experience mga kababayan sa litigation at siyempre sa batas. 38 years of litigation experience. Itong si Atty. Ferrer, 15 years pa lang. Nagmumukhang amateur. Tinuturuan mga kababayan ni Atty. Kapunan. Kasi yung mga pagtatanong po, misleading. Doon nagsimula. Kinukuris examine mga kababayan ni Atty. Ferrer. Ito si Atty. Ferrer, defense lawyer ni Sara. Sabi ni Atty. Kapunan, there are limits anya to cross-examination. Misleading questions are not allowed in cross. Sabi ni Atty. Ferrer, they're allowed. Ngayon, nag-post mga kababayan itong si Atty. Ligutan. Kino-correct, pero wala man pinangalanan po si Atty. Ligutan ng prosecution tungkol sa misleading questions. Napikon po si Atty. Sison, nagreklamo sa impeachment court. So ito yung post ni Atty. Ligutan, mga kababayan. Sabi niya, in principle, all lawyers and law students know by heart misleading questions are not allowed even on cross-examination. Yun naman talaga po ang totoo. So napahiya, mga kababayan, kasi yung defense panel. Lalo na po si Atty. Ferrer. Siyempre, yung lead prosecutor, lead defense counsel nila, sasaklolo si Atty. Sison. Nagreklamo ngayon sa korte, sa impeachment court. In bad taste niya, nirereklamo si Atty. Ligutan na wala man pinangalanan si Atty. Ligutan sa post niya.
The more important manifestation that I would like to make today, Your Honor, is in relation to a social media post that I happened to see. And this was posted at 11:29 a.m. by one of the private prosecutors, Attorney Amando Virgil Ligutan, posting that a principal or lawyers and law students know by heart misleading questions are not allowed even in cross-examination. Now, this was posted and picked up by Inquirer.net at 11:29 a.m. today. And I surmise that this has something to do with the exchange between the private prosecutor, Attorney Kapunan, and the defense counsel, Attorney Ferrer, on the matter of the cross-examination question that Attorney Ferrer asked the prosecution's witness. And I have here a transcript because I find it troubling that a private prosecutor would do this in the middle of a courtroom hearing. Because as far as I'm concerned, impeachment court is also a court of decorum. And the rules on impeachment under Rule 18 actually prohibits participants, especially lawyers, from commenting about the merits of the case. Now, one may argue that this isn't about the merits of the case, that he probably was just commenting about what ought or ought not to do in a cross-examination, but we're not naive. What the private prosecutor is talking about, he's here. He can explain it. He can explain himself if the presiding officer so desires. But I really just find it in bad taste to do this at this time. And I think it is inappropriate to do that to a fellow member of the bar, because even as we sit on the opposing side of this hall, we remain to be both members of the bar, and as officers of the court, we owe each other respect, politeness, or even kindness. And it doesn't take one to be a lawyer to know that the first thing that our parents teach us to do is humility.
Itinatama lang naman ni Atty. Ligutan at unang-una, mga kababayan, wala man siyang pinangalanan si Atty. Ligutan. Ang punto dito, mga kababayan, ipinagpipilitan ni Atty. Ferrer yung mali. Allowed daw yung misleading questions. Paano naging allowed yung misleading questions? Doon sa witness, mga kababayan, nililito mo yung witness. Pwede daw na allowed yung misleading questions. Hindi maaari ang misleading question i-allow. Talagang mali. Kaya sabi ni Atty. Kapunan sa cross-examination na niya, it is not allowed. Tapos sinabi ni Atty. Ferrer, allowed na niya. Nag-post ngayon si Atty. Ligutan, napikon sila kasi tinamaan sila ngayon, napahiya. Napahiya kasi talagang mali. Ba't kasi hindi na lang ninyo akuin yung mali? Di ba? Akuin ninyo yung mali, hindi yung ipagpipilitan ninyo yung mali. Kaya mga kababayan, pinanindigan talaga ni Atty. Ligutan. Wala niya akong sinabing pangalan, at saka paninindigan ko ito kasi this is the a principle in law. Prinsipyo ng batas. Di ba? Si Atty. Ligutan, mga kababayan. Wala ngang anyang bad faith doon, walang malis.
Pupurahin ko ba? Hindi po allowed ang misleading question. Hindi ko yan pupurahin kasi yun po yung nakasaad sa ating rules of court. Buti sana kung I named somebody.
Correct.
If I said this is regarding this. Even that, kung pwede pang i-argue na there's nothing wrong with that. Basahin nyo yung posts.
So in other words, attorney, hindi sub-judice yun. Hindi sub-judice. Yung delay.
That's the problem. Like what I said, kung pwede ako mag-post anytime, 24 hours a day, I think that is part of my right as a human being. To post something, nasa tingin ko, ano yung nasusulat sa rules of court. Walang bad faith, walang malice. It's just like saying 1 plus 1 equals 2. At that particular time, inside an impeachment case. No misleading question is allowed, is as true as the sun rising from the east and setting at the west. 1 plus 1 equals 2. There's nothing illegal about it.
Napahiya sila kasi mali ang ginagawa ng kanilang abogado. Sinasabi niya allowed yung misleading question. Nasa rules of court nga po, It's not allowed. So ang ibig mangyari nila, dapat silent lang yung prosecution at hindi sila dapat itama. Ano yun? Tama po? Bakit hindi pwedeng itama yung mali? Kailangan itama yung mali. Pag hindi mo na itama yung mali magiging tama sa paningin ng mga tao, paniniwalaan ng tao, yung mali. Kasi walang nagsabi, walang nagtama sa mali. Tama po? Yan ang problema dito, mga kababayan, sa kampo ni Sara Duterte, pati yung defense. Mga kababayan, ayaw na i-mention yung mali. Di ba? Yung mali sa kanila, tama. Ang mali talaga po na dapat punain natin, yung naging komentaryo ni Sara Duterte, na yung impeachment court, yung inaatake na mismo niya, marred by bending the law, sabi mga kababayan ni Sara Duterte. Bakit tahimik yung defense counsel doon? Pati yung impeachment court, wala pang sinasabi doon sa naging komentaryo ni Sara Duterte. Di ba? Na mismo ng credibility, integrity na ng impeachment court yung kini-question ni Sara. And in fact, kinall out na siya ng prosecution. Ito, prosecution calls out VP Duterte for attacking impeachment court's integrity. The House prosecution called out Vice President Sara Duterte on Monday for describing the Senate impeachment court proceedings as being marred by bending the law, which may be subject to the sub judice in contempt rules. Yes, litigants can criticize the courts, but they can never attack its integrity. Sabi po ni Attorney J. Tolosa Jr., Prosecution Counsel, and spokesperson. Tapos, tahimik sila, yung defense. Pati yung impeachment court nga, tahimik. Wala pang statement dito sa naging pahayag ni Sara Duterte. Ngayon, nag-post si Attorney Ligutan ng katotohanan, prinsipyo sa batas about misleading questions which are not allowed, mga kababayan. Nag-react ngayon, nagre-reklamo yung defense kasi napahiya sila, in bad faith daw. Pinanindigan ngayon ni Attorney Ligutan. Tama yun po. Sabi ni Fiscal Fred Nuhara sa kanyang legal analysis and statement commentary, do not ask misleading questions. Allow me to comment on this. During the impeachment trial, I observed a young defense counsel conducting cross-examination. While the witness was answering, counsel interrupted her because the testimony was unfavorable to her client. Yan ang ginawa ni Attorney Ferrer dito sa witness ng prosecution, si Dil Ocampo, COA auditor, mga kababayan. Sabi ni Fiscal Fred Nuhara, the prosecution promptly objected and requested that the witness be allowed to complete her answer. In response, defense counsel justified the interruption by asserting that she enjoyed wide latitude on cross-examination and further declared that misleading questions are allowed. That proposition is erroneous, maling-mali, sabi po ni Fiscal Fred Nuhara. Under Rule 132, Section 6 of the Rules of Court, a witness may be cross-examined through leading questions, provided that such questions are not misleading. Dapat hindi misleading. Meaning, dapat di mo nililito. Misleading. Hindi mo dapat nililito yung witness. Kasi pag nililito mo na, niloloko mo yung testigo para hindi makapagsabi ng totoo na unfavorable doon sa kliyente mo. Di ba? Yun ang in bad faith. Binabaliktad ninyo Kayo yung in bad faith and in bad taste, mga kababayan. In bad taste daw, sabi ni Attorney Sison, in bad taste sa inyo kasi napahiya kayo, kasi kinoreksyonan kayo, kasi nga mali kayo. Dapat naman talaga correctionan kayo kasi mali. Hindi allowed nga. Sasabihin ninyo, be kind. Para ano? Para hindi malaman ng mga tao na mali kayo. Maging kind na lang yung prosecution para hindi kayo mapaya. Mali naman ang ganon. Dapat yung mali tama. Para pati yung publiko hindi maniwala sa mali. Mali yung posisyon ninyo eh. Bawal yung ganon. That is not allowed. Ngayon magrereklamo kayo sa impeachment court. Yan o, malinaw sabi ni Fiscal Nohara. Basahin natin. Provided such questions are not misleading, the distinction is material. A leading question merely suggests the desired answer. A misleading question, however, confuses the witness. So nililito niya yung witness, distorts the facts, or improperly puts words into the mouth of the witness. For this reason, courts consistently sustain objections to misleading questions as they impair the witness' right to render a fair and truthful testimony. Correct. Nililito niya, mga kababayan yung witness, para mapaboran, hindi maidiin yung client niya. Tama ba yon? That is improper, mga kababayan. Panluloko yan. Arap-arapan na panluloko. Pagkatapos magrereklamo kayo. Kasi napahiya. Kasi kinoriksyonan kayo. Dapat kayong koriksyonan kasi mali. Mali. Sabi pa dito ni Fiscal, counsel likewise disregard a fundamental principle of trial advocacy. Counsel should not propound a question unless the answer is already known. Cross-examination is not a vehicle for discovery or for soliciting evidence favorable to the adverse party. Its purpose is to test the accuracy, credibility, and veracity of the witness, to expose contradictions, and to elicit matters favorable to the cross-examiner. To interrupt a witness, in the midst of an answer, and to examine without a clear objective undermines the credibility of counsel and conveys an impression of bad faith rather than competent advocacy. The basic tenets of evidence must be observed at all times, even in proceedings of national significance, sabi po ni Fiscal. Nililito ni Attorney Ferrer yung witness. Kaya nag-object po si Attorney Caponan. Lumusot siya doon sa veteranang abogado. Kaya pinangaralan siya. There are limits to cross-examination. Misleading questions are not allowed in cross. Tapos sabi ni Attorney Ferrer, they're allowed. Allowed yun manloko. Niloloko ninyo yung witness. Nililito ninyo. Allowed. Saan ka nakakitang rules na ganun? Allowed yung pangluloko. Niloloko ninyo yung witness. Ito siya, pakinggan natin, mga kababayan.
But may dito. So bawal magbayad ng reward dahil nagkaroon ng tip na may information na may mga taong may gagawin na masama. Tapos, Your Honor, I'm on cross-examination. Tapos, napigilan natin kasi nga hindi tayo pumunta sa lugar na yon, hindi tayo nag-conduct ng event sa petsa na yon based on confidential information. So, walang untoward incident. So, bawal bayaran ng reward yung tao na nagbigay ng information.
Are you done with the question? Don't answer.
I think right now she is.
I make an objection, Your Honor.
Yes, what's your objection, Counsel?
Your Honor, the counsel is now asking a misleading question. She is mixing payment of rewards and payment for information, Your Honor. The list required by this witness is for payment of rewards. Precisely, payment of information is not disallowed.
Correct.
The counsel is saying payment of information is May we ask her to reform? Is she
Yeah, I
referring to
can-
payment of rewards
Reward,
or
Your Honor.
payment for information? Because the information here is not disallowed.
Again,
It's not
councils.
disallowed in the AOMs, Your Honor.
Again, councils, kindly address
Your
the
Honor.
court or the presiding officer and not talk to each other directly. Miss Eileen, to abbreviate and save on the court's time. Miss Eileen, kapag kami nagbigay ng impormasyon, naghahanap ng threat, baka may threat sa Vice President, may nagbigay ng impormasyon, walang threat. Ligtas ang Vice President pag nagpunta siya dyan. Hindi magka-classify yon na pwedeng bigyan ng reward at success. Hindi naman kailangan, di ba? Sanay tayo sa reward na nakatakip yung mukha, di ba? Tinuro kung saan nagtatago yung akusado, tinuro kung saan nagtatago kung sino man. Di yun, reward. Pero wala bang reward kapag sinabing, okay, magpunta dyan, walang problema, wala kayong kailangan alalahanin. Is that information or can that also be reward?
Magpo-fall po siya sa information.
So, kailan lang magiging reward yun kapag may naturo?
Opo, kasi yun yung proof of success.
Tuloy niyo po.
Yun yung proof of success ng information na ibigay kasi may na-apprehend po or yun po, ganun po.
Yun, politiko po yan ang interpretasyon nyo, pero wala po yan sa Joint Memorandum Circular.
Opo, based po sa, yun po lang yung hinihingi under item 4.8.5.d.
Right. Saan nyo ba binasa ang interpretasyon nyo yan? Yan ba yung ginawa ng lahat ng mga nauna sa inyo sa pwestong yan? Kinopya nyo lang? Or sarili nyo po yan at ngayon lang ginawa yan?
Doon po sa mga ibang na-audit ko, ang ina-attach po talaga nila is yung payment of rewards na may mga nahuli po.
So lahat ng in-audit nyo nung nakaraan, for consistency's sake, merong nahuli o na-apprehend?
May ganun pong mga naka-attach na mga dokumento.
At tulad dun sa iba, kapag walang nahuli o na-apprehend sa reward, ine-AOM o dinidisallow o sinususpend nyo?
Hinahanapan po namin ng proof of success, opo.
So yun, mga kababayan, ito mga kababayan, yung sinabi ni Atty. Kapunan,
Misleading questions are not allowed.
They are allowed.
Council,
they're allowed daw.
please. Councils,
Misleading questions are not allowed.
They are allowed.
councils, please.
Allowed daw yung misleading questions. They're not allowed na yan, sabi ni Atty. Kapunan. Kaya ito tuloy yung naging reaction mga kababayan ni House Public Prosecutors Atty. Congressman Atty. Terry Ridon ng Bicol Saro Party List.
Ramdam ko yung pag-iyak, ramdam ko yung bighati, ramdam ko yung hinagpis ng depensa dito po sa pagrereklamo nila. Doon po sa mga binanggit po. Ba't kaya tatawa? Doon po sa mga binanggit po ng depensa. Dito pong nagdaan. Pero dalawa lang po yung tanong. Ito po ba ay may pinangalanan? Pangalawa, is it based on the merits? I don't think so. Kasi po yung sub-judice rule ang pinag-usapan po dito talking about the merits of the case. But what was Attorney Ligutan actually talking about? Hindi ba? He was basically stating a principle of law on misleading questions.
Correct.
Hindi ba? So,
Ayaw
hindi
nilang
po independent,
tinatama,
kawawa
kinokorek.
naman sila. Hindi but
Malinaw na mali sila eh.
Judicial rule. So, I think it is out of place. Dapat itabi nung pong presiding officer ito pong pag-iyak ng depensa dito po sa bagay po na ito. But again, we will respect the determination and decision of the Senate Impeachment Court on yung pong mga allowable utterances and statements of the parties. But it is very important to set clear. Mahalaga po sa publiko na maunawaan po yung aktual na detalye nung pong araw-araw, oras-oras, linggo-linggo po na itinatakbo po ng paglilitis pong ito. Wala po sa loob ng paglilitis mismo yung nagbibigay po ng paglilinaw doon po sa bakit mahalaga sa tao yung pong paglilitis. Bakit mahalaga yung piraso ng ebidensya doon ho sa ordinaryong Pilipino. yung nagbibigay po ng konteksto nito ay yung po man nagsasalita whether prosecutor defense sa labas po ng paglilitis. So, very important po na ma-strike po yung balance dito po sa bagay po na ito. Kasi we do not want a trial that is divorced from the understanding of the public. Very important po na masapul po ng mga kababayan po natin bakit mahalaga yung po usapin ng pananagutan, bakit mahalaga na pag-usapan yung bawat piraso ng ebidensya. Technical naman ito, very document-based man ito, at parang mahirap man itong unawain at the level po of the trial. Kaya yun po yung talagang hihimukin po namin, yung pong Senate Impeachment Court sa susunod pong linggo na strike po yung pong balance sa bagay po na ito.
So yun, mga kababayan, ang mainit na balitaktakan sa impeachment trial kanina. So yun lang po, mga kababayan, ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye. God bless.